So check out this alligator right here, guys. This one is missing both of the front limbs. And I want to show you this one. You can hear it hissing at me. Not very happy, okay? This alligator is a wild alligator. It's not one of the ones I work with or train with. So this is a full-on wild response and hiss it's giving me right now. And it's a wild-caught nuisance alligator that came out of somebody's backyard, right? But I wanted to show you this one because of the limbs right here. So it's missing the two front limbs, likely from fighting with another alligator in the wild. We don't really know, you know, it's how it came in, but that's probably what happened right there. And I wanted to show you this one just to show just how amazing these animals are as survivors. So imagine losing both of your front limbs and surviving that with modern medical care. That would be awful, and it happens to people, you know, and they make do with it, but that's an awful experience to have. Now imagine having that without any medical care whatsoever, and you're in the middle of a muck-filled swamp, and there's other things out there that want to eat you too. And so it's just really incredible to think about how these animals survive these occurrences. So for this alligator, we don't, you know, obviously we can't tell, we don't know if it lost both limbs simultaneously or one after the other, but it's just crazy to notice that. So if we were to break this down, just losing those limbs, the visceral trauma that occurs there would be horrific. But then think about the blood loss. So an adaptation that alligators have and crocodiles is they pretty much immediately can stop the bleeding, and they can clot up those areas so that they limit the amount of blood loss. That's really, really important right there. So you make it past the blood loss part. Okay, now you have to worry about infection. So for these guys, their immune systems are absolutely incredible, and they're able to survive through these, what would normally be an infectious and deadly occurrence to, say, a human. Like as a human, if you lost your thumb in the muck that these guys live in, you would probably end up succumbing to infection and dying just from that. Meanwhile, an alligator loses both limbs like this, and they survive through the infection. It's just absolutely incredible. And there's current medical research going into seeing how we can study this and use this to help people and infectious diseases. Now, then let's say you survive the blood loss, you survive the infection. Now this animal has to survive missing its two front limbs and still be able to hunt. And this alligator has been able to do so. This is a pretty healthy looking alligator. And so they're able to survive through all of this and still be able to hunt and capture prey and make their way through life like that. Now, not all of them are successful in this. There is a lot of individuality and a lot of variables at play. So some alligators, they sustain an injury more minor than this, or more severe, either way, and some of them will die from that, not only from the let's say the immediate effects of the injury, but then being able to live and adapt with those losses is so important as well. And some of them can figure it out, some of them can't. I've seen some alligators with broken jaws that die from a broken jaw. I've seen some that are able to survive, and that comes down to a behavioral and personality difference between the two. And on this gator here, you can actually look at the jaw. If you want to bring the camera in a little bit closer and look at the jaw right there, you can see there's some breaks in the jaw right there as well that this animal's healed from. And can we show that, the nubs right there? Whoa, easy there, killer. Hold on. This thing's getting a little crazy on me. Again, this is a wild gator. This one's not nice, okay? So I have to hold on nice and tight there. So far, it's actually been really, really calm with me though, relatively speaking. Let me set you down, huh? You're okay. You're okay. There you go. And look at the way it still tries to walk into the water there. Just using those little nubs to go along. Just really incredible to see how well these animals survive and adapt and persevere. I mean, it really gives you insight into how they have survived relatively unchanged since the time of the dinosaurs, and how this design has been so successful for them through evolution. Just absolutely incredible, such tough animals.